All right, so what do we know? So yeah, solo outpost. So we looked at the Hammy video. Let's scroll down here. So we know this is a Deep Space Nine Retribution arc. So this is going to be, welcome in everybody. Here's your daily lecture. All right, so it's a 2-month long arc, and it's going to transition to a live feature, returning at set times each month. Now we hear that all the time. Basically, that means whenever. It's going to be probably good at the beginning, and then if it pays out too much, then it won't appear for another 6 months. Going to be worse than data mining in Yada before they adjusted the nodes. Yeah, it probably will be. And again, we don't know if we're going to last the whole 6 hours. We don't know if you need to, because you could leave the nodes early. Like, maybe it's only going to be 2 hours or 1.5 hours. You kill like 10 hostiles and you'll be like, yeah, I've got enough loot for a week. Who knows? Like, we need to see it through. But I agree with your concerns. Again, if the feature breaks when you click on the veil system, it's done, right? Like, it needs to be fixed. Loot does come from exactly Quasel. There's 3 different types of loot, as well as like the rewards and stuff. So who knows? We'll see. All right, a lot of words, a lot of reading. We'll get to the picture soon. What we know so far, again, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I've been able to scramble together during the day. 2 months. So it's not an Armada. It's not hostiles. So it's like a combination of both. So the officers that work on Armada and hostiles, like the invading entities, probably works here as well. And it's an Ops 51 or higher, so you need to be Ops 51 minimum to start these, build the building and start the outpost stuff. And again, like, we talked about this, like, we knew this was coming. We knew that the new features 51 plus as of G7, so we're here now. So this is probably meant to be like G7 content or built for when G7 content was coming out. And that's the new floor. So 51 probably is only going to go up from here. Maybe in 6 months to 12 months time, it'll be 55 and then 60. But again, like, that's how the game's always been. And you don't have to speed through to get to that level, because maybe the rewards aren't worth it to you. And yeah, play the game you want to play. And some systems may have hazard damage. So we know one of the buffs is hazard related buffs. And looking at the way the systems look, potentially there is transient hazard, ISO hazard, or other hazards in there as well. Independent, Cardassian, Node, which is basically Transigen being rebranded, and Borg Outposts. So Independent, what we know so far, they're the training ones, right? So you're going to start out with Independent. Maybe everyone starts there. Maybe you have to. Generally, they're going to be like the 51 to 53 hostiles. Kill that thing easy, maybe use one ship like a Borg cube or something, and then just let it sit there for 6 hours, collect all your rewards, and then go do the next one if you need to. There'll probably be a code, so we'll probably be able to run a few in the start of the month as well, maybe space it out depending on when live ops and events happen. So I would imagine there'd be quite a few events around this, so plan it well, I guess. G7 space has combinations, right? Cardassian, Node, Borg in the same system. So noting that Independent is not there just because Independent is the training outpost. Crews with hostile or Armada specific abilities will not work. But again, with scope play and officer text, who knows what works until you test it and prove that it does or does not work. Torres, Neelix, Kim, well, who knows? They might work, they might not. But that's a really good question, Erwin. Love to see. Lord Scarron very well could end up like the Mirror Universe, sit out completely during the arc, then fall in love with it and spend time with it every day. Yeah, Lord Scarron, I'm like you as well. Like, if my whole alliance is doing this one thing, or the whole server's doing this one thing, and I just am not feeling it that day, and I can't be bothered stalking a node or an outpost for 6 hours to 8 hours to be like, quick, let's get in there, like, then I'm not going to do it. Like, you just don't know. Unless there's a visible indicator of the time. And again, like, these features, especially solo play features, best played like in your own time, like when you feel like doing them. So we just don't know. I'm hoping that they increase the number, but it was discussed about server load being an issue. Again, they got to fix the game, right? Fix the things that, like, you can create fantastic stuff, like really cool and intricate stuff. And then if the architecture's not there, then it's kind of going to fall flat on its face. But yeah, this could be really fun. It just depends. It's going to be like a fun to learn and then a static thing. So you're going to be like, okay, 2 months from now, maybe I'll do this once a week, or I really want the buffs for a loot exocomp or whatever. So I'll do that one specifically. So source for free every 2 days, in-game gift. So basically that's how they said they're going to source the directives. I imagine you'd have to build the building first. Maybe there's events around that give you more. Maybe they just give you more just in general as well. Or maybe event rewards are that too. New epic officers, Nog. We talked about Nog like 6 months ago. Nog, he's here! Finally! I'm excited to see Nog in game. Yeah, I know that the, what was it, the blog post, not blog post, the magazine has a picture of Nog. I haven't seen what he looks like, I just know that he's there. So that's really cool. And the Hierarch being the other, yeah, I'll bring you up in a couple of minutes as well, Quasel. The Hierarch being the other really interesting officer here as well. So basically the Transigen Hierarch officer. And we know Hijack refits. So basically, hopefully, we can finally finish off all the rest of the refits from Augment and Wrath of Khan that we just never could. So hopefully now we can finally get the rest of those, and there's going to be a lot, right? All the same refit, all different ships. Why not? See how it's going to be. Janeway, Seska, Suda, all not usable, only pick you. Maybe that's good. Maybe you'll be using them for your normal hostile grind, and just other officers for the outpost stuff. Normal log or lost leg nog. Ooh, I don't know. I've heard it's in the Starfleet uniform. Is it going to be Captain Nog? Maybe he's taller than he is in the actual DS9 series. Who knows? I'll go through this slide and then I'll bring you up Quasel. So basically what we know for the loop so far, yeah, directives every 2 days. What you want to do is you want to defeat the outpost, dock defending ships, and then you're going to fight the retaliation hostiles. So 5 minutes to dock your ships. The attackers launch every 5 minutes after that, and then the waves determined by the target. So the bigger targets, basically wave 1 hostiles, 42 of those, and then wave 2 hostiles will be 30 of those. So they'll be harder. I'm not sure what different abilities they'll have or what their stats are going to be. And you need to beat at least wave 2 to earn the retaliation loot. So there's going to be multiple tiers of loot throughout the loop as well. And multi-hour survival challenge. Yeah, so a bit of Hammy's words there as well. You can remove dock ships, but you should keep them there until the wave's done, or you're going to get kicked out if your ships are destroyed as well, and no PvP when you get to at least wave 2, I think it is. So it's going to be interesting to see when you can attack players, when you can't attack players, if the GS31 beam or the Borg Cube beam works there as well, which we're told that you can't interfere, so I guess that's good. But yeah, we'll see what happens if people start picking each other off in the system before they get to the outpost, much like when we had like the Eclipse Armada event for the red skin of the Stellar. Man, like that was an intense time. You literally 0.1 of a second to launch that Armada, or else you're not scoring the points. Yeah, even if you don't beat all the waves, the payout increases with the level defeated. So you can start something, kill 1 or 2 waves, get some rewards. Again, like probably a waste of loot, but again, maybe that's all you need. And yeah, you can upgrade specific outpost buffs, and they're limited and only effective while the outpost is under player control. So basically this is where the 6 hours comes in. So I'd think about it not like I have to do this for 6 hours, but whatever buffs and rewards I've upgraded will last for that 6 hour time period. So when Quasel was saying earlier about maybe have a bad ship in there that can still kill the hostiles, but you're getting the buffs for that time. And you can do it overnight, but if you want to use your currency to upgrade the buffs to use the buffs, you probably most likely want to do that during the day, during when you're playing the game. But again, who knows? Fleet Commander Nog? Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, enemies, the outpost, and then retaliation waves of hostiles. And, oh yeah, I already talked about undocking and redocking. All right. Quasel, can you hear me? Oh, that's not working. Okay, good start. Let me change this. I'm not sure what people can hear. Yep, that should be correct. Okay, say something now, Quasel.
Test 1, 2, 3.
No, nothing's coming through, is it? You heard the word yes? Okay, that's a good start. Why is that not working?
Well, yeah,
dock your ships at the outpost and then the base. It's base. I don't think it's base defense. Give me 1 second. So input should be. Okay. Okay, is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Ah, there we go. Welcome, Big Quasel. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, yes. Preparing for tomorrow.
Are you excited?
Well, we need the full picture as always. It's a Tiger arc, so payouts most likely are worth it. I think you didn't mention there are resource bundles too. I saw
Yep, we got them
DJs.
in the. Yeah, there's 33 pages to the document.
Yeah, it's Tiger. It will be a lot to unravel, and it's part one. So part two might extend that further. So we never know.
New ship, hey. Every second arc is a new ship. So we'll wait to see a new ship. So yeah, what's your take, Quasel, as well? So to me, it looks like it could be hazards and stuff down here, right? So there's the node ones in the top left. Then I think bottom left is the Borg, Cardassian top right, and then the combination in the bottom right.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, playtest from. I have heard a little bit more than you, maybe, but and Jules already has the sheet in it. A lot of stuff we already have gotten. I think DJ shared the sheet yesterday, shortly, a few at least. The interesting stuff will be how many loot do we get from those hostiles, how quickly, and the weird thing is, which I don't see really coming together, is like you need to dock up to multiple ships there, because you have seen the screenshot on DJ's stream. The building increases the amount of ships you can dock.
Yes, up to 4.
And then you have 7 or 8 docks or less, depending on your spend. Then you want to use the buffs from the building, maybe. And then it only has buffs for 6 hours if you survive that long. So I don't see that really. I don't see how it comes together in the reality. Like, of course, I can use smaller ships or have multiple ships of the same power. And I like the fact that it's not a Armada hostile, so maybe you have your hostile crew then to do stuff with the buffs. But then are those buffs significant enough to warrant all that cumbersome setting it up?
We'll have to see. I know that you can get different levels of the buffs as well, so that'd be interesting.
So yeah,
welcome in as well, Wills. Good to see you.
DJ shared it already. It's like different buffs from the different types. So like you have the PvP stuff from the node, and the Cardassian one is utility, I think, and the Borg one is hostile stuff.
Yeah.
But then depending on level, those buffs are different, and we will need to fill out the sheet. So there will be a lot of data collection starting tomorrow. And then you have wave 1 with 30 hostiles, and then the rest. No, other way around, 42 and 30.
Yeah, 42 and 30. Yeah. So neutral as well. We don't know how many neutral outposts are going to be for training, I guess. But when you look at these, right? So 53 system, 53 system, 56 system in the top left. The top right, 51 system, 53, 53, 56. Bottom left, 51, 53, 53, 56. So again, like if you're a 51 player, you've got 3 different places you can go and 8 outposts each. 24 outposts basically that you've got a chance to get on your server as a 51 player. Even mid 50s to early 60s, I imagine a lot of them are going to be quite cramped. But when you look at the bottom right, which is the G6, G7 outpost, there's a lot more than the rest of them combined. And then up to 80 as well. So no one's at 80 yet, but this is all the way to the end of level 80.
Yep.
Welcome in, Wills.
I mean, hey, the first arc is designed for G7, and I mean that's a thing. So this time they really.
I'm curious as well. It's these aren't in the Veil, right? Or in, like, you can see above me, they're not in the Veil. It's just in normal G6 space, right? So
yeah,
I was expecting them to be in the Veil, or in the margins at least.
Yeah, I mean, in the Veil would be, I think, difficult to make sense out of it, because there is no PvP as long after you attack the outpost. So I think it's like an armada. I see it as like multiple armadas because you can have multiple ships. So it's like, and my guess it's that's how it's completely implemented. It's like an auto grinding armada thing with not armada mechanics.
Yeah, it's because they have to make sure that officers don't work, right? So they're going to be
Yeah.
like, okay, if we want to make new officers for this specifically, we're going to make sure the old officers that are good just won't do anything here. Yeah, Erwin says we'll get common, uncommon, rare, and epic currencies. Afraid starting waves with we'll only give common, possibly must to be in for as long as possible. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure how the rewards are going to plan out. And again, Quasel and Jules will develop the sheet. That'll provide us information as well. Make a game that is hit hostiles, repeat and repeat into 32-page grind. Yeah, well, that's just me taking screenshots from the DJs and from the video that Hammy put out. So yeah, I think the actual design is quite interesting. Like the top right node being the Transigen, left Cardassian, and bottom being Borg. I think that's pretty cool. I like the art design. So, Quasel, have you been able to like look into any of this as well, like about how strong something actually is, and what crews and stuff potentially people would suggest? Because like looking at this one's like a 51 independent outpost, so independent's kind of where you start, and we know that the Armada itself has an ability that we'll have a look at in a second. This playtest using a Revenant with Miles, Cisco, and Khan, so potentially the Armada officer stuff works here, just for the Armada hostile, but maybe not the hostile grinding, who knows?
Don't know that yet.
It's an interesting crew choice though.
Yeah, you know, they have a limited time on testing. Like so a test runs about an hour and a half ish, and you need to quickly throw things together and test stuff. So it's most of the time maybe not the most perfect crew, and the footage is from DJs. No more comment.
Yeah.
I think most likely they will be like invading entities, because Coplay normally doesn't reinvent the wheel. They like to copy paste as much as possible to reduce and that makes sense. I mean, why do things new if you can reuse existing stuff? So I hope it's like invading entities, so we have a starting point to test. Because if it's just like mission bosses, it's even harder to crew, especially if you then need to crew 3 ships or 4 or whatever the limit will be in the release version. Because that's not easy, because you have one Khan and you have one 511, and then maybe it's the Gowron, Martok, and hostess stuff like that works. Maybe that's an idea for crewing then, for getting mitigation up.
Yeah, let's save the crewing ideas for a bit later, Quasel. We'll go through this, and then we can talk about it after as well. And yeah, I agree with Lotus Karen. They make it challenging, and it to the point where sometimes it is overkill, where like people check out by looking at it going like, this is too much. Much like the Voyager loop, like it looked like a lot until you actually got used to it, and then it became easier after time as well. 90 minutes sounds like a lot longer than Scopely Test for sure, and who knows about crewing Erwin. And yeah, that's fair, Wills. Like this can be overwhelming as well. It's going to take time for us to get used to it too. And hopefully the rewards are worthwhile, Scofa. Let's have a look. Looking at this independent outpost as well, 506 million shield, 2.25 billion hull. So it looks like there's not a lot of shield here as well, which is probably good. But yeah, we'll go scroll through. So there's a few different abilities. So noting that all the independent and the Cardassian have the same avatar there, but the ship ability, critical hit damage cannot fall below 150%. So they're going to have a crit floor. So the ability to zero out their attacks probably isn't going to work, but we'll see. The Cardassian one also has Apex Barrier of 10,000. So 10,000 is quite a lot of Apex Barrier, and if you can't use Apex Shred Hostiles or Forbidden Tech and Chaos Tech to take this down, maybe that does cause a bit of an issue there. The Node one, Psionic Assault, this is probably the one that is going to be the most annoying. Targets one of your ship and deals 2% damage to its hull at the start of each round. So maybe if you're attacking the node one, you want like some kind of hull repair ships or officers on your crew as well. Crenum looked ugly at first, but the DTI store is incredible. Yeah, it is what's going. Go ahead.
Hypothemic decay for the ship ability of the node ones. It's like the aggregation stuff. No idea if the building works against it, which would be weird seeing the numbers, and it sets a different name, but the functionality itself is like the hypothemic decay, so I doubt repair would help against it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we don't know. Hopefully it does damage and it's not just take away from your ability, because then you can repair it. But if it's at the front like the other stuff, then yeah, you after 50 rounds you're just dead. So you can't make it to the end anyway with that ship. So you need to meet at least a minimum 2 to 3 ships there. I wonder what ship they'll release next month to overcome some of these abilities. Yeah, for sure. Do they deal ISO damage? If so, yeah, Joaquin and Pelia 100%, and Crestloop for Apex Shred research potentially. And then the Borg one, Isolytic Burst, Combat Start, the Outpost increases Isolytic damage by 20%. Now, do we know, Quasel, do you think this is scaling? So like every round it's 20%, or is this just a flat 20% starting? Or is it going to be 20% round 1, 40% round 2?
I think that's a flat one. And it's the level 51 or 50 something. So
that's 53, yeah.
So that's 53. So that 20% is already noticeable, and that will scale up.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. What's the level 80 node going to be? Outpost deals like 80% hull damage to your ship in round 1. Imagine. It's going to be interesting. And they've all got the consistent critical hit damage floor. So that's kind of something that's consistently come across all the new loops and stuff. It's a critical floor.
Except all of them have the critical floor of 150%.
Yeah. I like as well that they look like either like a system, like a world system where they've got like a big or a small, like the moon and the earth, or like an electron going around the proton. It looks cool. So we'll see if it looks cool in game. Yeah, so node size, basically what we can see as well from some of the screenshots from the video, it tells you how many ships are remaining in the queue. So this one's got 30 in the top left, 30 retaliation ships remaining. And then attack incoming, there's a button to go to the upgrades, which you can upgrade buffs and stuff. This person has 3 ships that they can fit in here, and that's depending on the building level. Yeah, I think the one top right is one person's just like looking to scan in, like they're just looking at the node itself. So, but clicking on potential upgrades or clicking on what's in the outpost, and then just scanning for damage and stuff as well. And this one here on the bottom left is where they're preparing to attack the outpost. So we know that there's at least a bit of a timer there. So it looks like 2 minutes minimum. So not like the solos. The solo's like minute 30. So potentially, like if you see someone doing this and you really want the outpost, this is their chance to come in here and boot you out, right? And kill your starter. So who knows? Maybe cloaks are going to be super important here. Maybe they're not. And yeah, the bottom right is where they're defeating that outpost as well. And you can see in the bottom left screenshot as well, the ships that are actually engaged in that Armada assault or non-Armada assault. And they've got the purple, the image, which is, where is it? This image here, whatever the new outpost image is, as the new like combat type, I guess.
Yep.
You last 2 more minutes. So this is going to be the interesting part, Quasel, right? Like, once your ship is undocked from the outpost, it will not be able to join back. This ship move action has been cancelled in the event this was a mistake. If you do wish to undock your ship, confirm this warning and move your ship again. So you do have the option to come out of outpost if you're done, or you need the ship for something else. But how frustrating would it be if you had one officer in there that you need for something else and it's locked up for 6 hours?
Pretty annoying.
So what do you think about the ability to move out ships from the outpost battle that you're doing?
Makes sense because else you'd have it locked up for up to 6 hours, and you never know what happens and what you want to do and what not. So features should
Do you think
be
people are
like
going to read this?
maybe not, but I think they will learn it once they did it the second or
Yeah.
third time. Because
Yeah, Wills, it is up to 6 hours if you can kill the hostiles. But again, it could be a lot quicker if you're not strong enough and you've picked a higher one that you shouldn't be fighting.
Yep, I expect at first people not to last 2 more minutes.
Now, this is very blurry images from DJ Stream earlier today. The loot rewards, common solo outpost components, upgrade buffs on solo outposts earned when defending wave 1 solo outpost retaliation attacks or purchased from the store. Solo outpost credits, defeating solo outposts or defending against solo outpost retaliation attacks, used in exchange for the refinery. And then the outpost retaliation model earned by defending solo outpost retaliation attacks and used for exchange returns at the outpost refinery as well. So there's going to be a combination of different loot types, and that might change based on hostile level or the type, whether Borg drops something different to Cardassian, who knows.
Yep, that we don't know yet. Because they just, I think, only shared loot from one Armada type, from the Borg one. But I think it might be the same for all three, just to give you an option which buffs you want, but get the same loot, which would make sense, I think.
Yeah. And we know that you can only hold one outpost at a time as well. And yeah, the outpost power level will determine what kind of buffs you can get out of it. So this one here is a independent solo outpost, giving retaliation weapon damage increase up to 5 levels, so 500% there. And that uses like pass deal and the uncommon reward. And then the ship hull bonus uses tritanium and another reward that you get. So I think that's the common one there. And you can level that up, and that'll be your buff for however long you're holding the outpost for. It's interesting. What are your thoughts, Quasel, on using things like pass deal, tritanium, and deal to spend on the buffs?
I mean, lore-wise, it might make sense, because if you think about the outpost like your station, and you then upgrade modules on that station, it's the stuff that it takes. It might depend on how much you need of it.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a little bit pricey, like 10 billion for pass deal for a 51 player. I'm not sure how much that actually is, but the 2 billion tritanium kind of does seem like a lot, especially for level 1, if you do need that for upgrading your ships quickly as well. So maybe it's a case of knowing what buff you're going to get, and do you have enough to actually like use that buff, and if not, maybe just do stuff overnight. Don't upgrade it at all, who knows. Do we know if outposts give different rep? I don't know if there's going to be a rep system associated with this. Do you know, Quasel, if there's going to be rep?
I didn't see anything related to that, but who knows. But I doubt it, because then we would need Klingon Federation, Romulan. I mean, the outposts aren't faction outposts. They are not like the FKR faction outposts, but separate, like Borg, Node, Cardassian. So don't see it fitting in very well there. But who knows?
I think as well, like looking at the side, it's like one like big space there. So I would think maybe over time you'd be able to occupy more, or they change it in the future. Like it looks like it's got room to grow. So we'll see what month 2 has as well, because it looks like it's just like half the feature at the moment, with probably more coming over the next, I don't know, 6 months. And Wills, there are primes. We'll go through the primes later. So looking at some Borg ones as well. So we don't know what level this Borg outpost upgrade is, but this one is ISO defense, hostile ISO defense, and hostile crit chance bonus here as well. So there's a lot of PvE bonuses, and there's some PvP ones as well. I'm interested to see how this is going to affect, like, especially killing 71, 72 hostiles, or like maybe even gold bosses as well, because some of this stuff might push you up to the next bit where maybe you can punch up in armadas during that 6 hours, or you can kill a lot more hostiles in a run. There's going to be a lot of testing, right? So do I want to do all my waves when I have ISO defense, or when I have crit chance bonus, or ISO defense bonus? So maybe try to plan other stuff at the same time as you're doing this as well. And there's a few more as well.
I mean, one
this
thing
one,
which,
Cardassian.
which
Go ahead,
could happen
Quasel, sorry.
too is like thinking about the bonuses and when to use them. Maybe if we get enough starts and if we get enough currency at one point in the future, you have upgraded your outpost, everything is maxed, and you don't need anymore to go the full 72 hostiles. So maybe you just start an outpost to have that buff for another feature you do, and you don't need to use your best chips because you already upgraded it and done the work. If it works that way, those buffs might make more sense in the long run, because 500% ISO defense is noticeable in today's game. We don't know in 2 months what Scopy does, but maybe that's something.
So I want to ask you something here as well, Quasel. So at the top it says outpost power level, capture this outpost to access its upgrades. Now, am I reading this correctly that once you have captured the outpost and you've done the upgrades, they remain even when you get kicked out of the outpost? So I don't have to go back and do level 1 to 5 again, but I will need to actively hold the outpost to have the buff.
Yeah, you need to actively hold it, but as far as I understand is once you upgraded it, it's done. Because if you would need to pay the 2 billion tritanium each time, every 2 days, that sounds like a lot.
That would make sense, because like when you're looking at this, even though it's test footage or whatever, it's max reached, but you don't actually have control of the outpost. So I guess work on what you want in terms of buffs and then hold them at the different times. And there's different buffs for different levels of hostiles as well.
Yeah.
So the Cardassian one, I'll go ahead, Quasel.
Yeah, was just a confirmation.
Yeah, thank you. It's got interesting stuff, right? Like ship cargo bonus if you've got a Selkie. Like any bonus to cargo is good. I'm not sure what the top of that's going to be, or how many levels are in that one. Same with hostile loot bonus, 1%. 1% is 1%, but depending on what types of hostile loot it gives, like is it to everything? Who knows? And then Apex Shred against retail hostiles, so who knows? It's go play Quasel, of course. You need to pay every 2 days. You're funny. And then this one here is the node one. So the transigen equivalent, Apex Barrier, PvP Apex Barrier, and PvP critical damage bonus. The crit bonus for damage looks a bit low. PvP Apex Barrier 150%. I'm not sure if it's like a base 150% or 100%. What that actually equates to. But could be interesting in PvP combat. Maybe you control it for... well, again, you can't really use it during incursions, or it's probably not advised to use it during incursions if you want to go over to a different area, or arenas because it's going to take you off the outpost. So maybe in territory if you're fighting people, or base racing, or...
Yeah, who knows?
What do you think, Quasel?
Who knows? Who knows? But I think those values might have changed, and because did you compare them to the screenshot from the sheet DJs shared?
Not yet. If you have a hard copy of that without any values, then we can look at that. If not, I've got screenshots from DJ that we can talk about.
I might have seen the access to it, but no,
that's fine.
DJs can do leaks. I can't.
Well, yeah, that's the only way we could do this stuff is if other people leak the other stuff. So this is kind of from the screenshot, right, from DJs that he put out earlier today. There's a lot of different bonuses, G5, G6, and G7. There's different rewards.
Yeah, like, and you see now
some you don't see.
There is no Epic Barrier, but there's Epic Shred. So maybe they are 150% is Shred.
Yeah. again, like test footage, we don't know until it's in the game. And they change stuff all the time. So just because it says that in month 1 doesn't mean it's going to be the same in month 2. Look at how they've changed other officers in the past as well. Based on need, I guess, but they can change everything. Yeah, and probably won't see people going to level 80 for a while, but PvP damage reduction, ISO damage, a lot of the 80 stuff probably is more about, the PvP side. Mining speed has resistance as well. Looks like has resistance starts at level 60, which could be interesting. I don't know like how that's going to affect play. Hull health, mining speed, officer stats. So maybe, I don't know if boosting your officer stats here is going to help you run your Priority 108 teams because you have higher stats. Who knows if they all work together. And critical damage. There's a lot of stuff as well. So working out the buff, working out the level, working out the reward is going to be interesting. Thanks for hanging out, Scofa. Good to see you.
We will rely on the community to provide a lot of those buffs and bonuses, because that stuff we can't get easily unless Scopely shares it with Jules, which sometimes happens and sometimes not.
Listen to me very carefully.
What we will have
coffee, black.
As soon as the patch is live is the building data, the hostile data most likely, because I talked with Lightbull from Spox. They can do an export for us with the basic numbers. So it's really nice to see the working together from the different sources of data getting better and better, because they can grab a lot of data for the Spox side, and he can access the data in a different way, kinda. And so we can get exports for some stuff once the game is live. That helps with being quicker, filling all the data. So it's getting easier month by month.
Yeah, I'm keen to see like what the numbers look like and what people come up with, because I'm sure there's good combinations of stuff that none of us have thought about. That this buff here actually like is super good against like waves, or really good for mining. Who knows?
Yeah.
So again, basically the same thing. Lots of different stuff. Apex barrier, hazard, cargo. It's going to be interesting. Now the loop. This is a screenshot that like Scope always does, which is like the from here to here to here to here. So let's go through this quickly. Outposts are powerful new targets found across the galaxy. Once discovered, spend Outpost strike directives to launch an attack against them using several of your ships. Upgrade the command center in your station to increase the number of ships you can send into combat. So basically, we're going to need that building.
Yep.
Then once an outpost is defeated, all ships that participated in the battle will be docked onto the outpost. So we thought this is what was going to be like with the other way that they had. What are they called again? The not outpost, but with assaults and stuff. Starbases. Yeah. Imagine if Starbase was like that. It would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Each outpost, as we know, holds a unique set of buffs which can be upgraded while you hold the outpost. Yeah. What was that, Quasel?
Yeah, that's I agreed. Like, imagine Starbase assaults would have been something like that, when you can everybody docks their thing, and then the combat starts, or I don't know. But my bet is we will see more of that style of feature, because we had waves, then we had elite waves, then we had solo waves, then we had solo elite waves.
Yeah. I think there's a lot up in the air, right? Like surges, we'll probably see a surge update in the next couple of months as well. Again, This is solo. We'll have group or like just whoever outpost style. This is kind of like an update to territory and research all combined into something different, even though it's still all the same stuff, but it's different and interesting enough for now.
Yeah. I mean, this game will always be hit something, kill something with your ship, whether it's red, yellow, or comes in waves, or is an armada. In the end, you can always reduce it to hit something, collect something, refine something.
I don't know, Owen, if it's how your ships survive at the end of it. That's the big question as well, because if you're holding this for more than 6 hours, then PvP is like a must, right? Kick somebody off. But we'll see what the rest of this says. So, while holding an outpost, retaliation attackers will occasionally spawn and try to retake it. Defend these attacks to get additional rewards. The longer you survive, the better the rewards. So, obviously, you want to survive to the end. There's like a loot box, refinery upgrades, maybe a medal that you can get. When your outpost falls or you survive all incoming attacks, the outpost expires and any dock ships are released. So I guess that answers the question there, Aaron. If you win it, you still get kicked out. Any outpost buffs that were upgraded. So this is the interesting thing, Quasel. Any outpost buffs that were upgraded are reset to level 0, but all rewards gained along the way are kept. How does that work? Like, if you're gonna have to spend 2 billion try each time you want to do an upgrade, I don't know if that's correct.
Or maybe it has gotten cheaper.
Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. That's an interesting thing. And yeah, Lord of Scaran, I'm excited and leery at the same time as well. Like, it's new content. I'm always excited for new content, but yeah, how's it going to work?
Yeah. It's an interesting choice to reset it. I overlooked that.
Yeah, maybe it's a typo or it got changed in development, because we know that like sometimes the art team does stuff before the other team and then X, Y, and Z. So we'll see what the end outcome actually is. And yeah, these loot boxes giving materials. We know G5, G6, and G7. Again, what's the cooldown? How long is it going to take to get that current currency and stuff? We'll see.
Yep, that's because the boxes itself look good. Did you see it? I think 1 million or 2 million Sigma pass for G7. Yeah. That's if it's per day or every 2 days ish, that's okay. If it's once a week, then it's maybe meh. But you have two different sources of mets anyway, because you have the stuff which I saw mentioned less, is like those material fragments. Think about the building like a generator. So you get those fragments, and then you can exchange them for materials. That's the second.
I think that's going to be interesting.
Payout. Yep.
Because you can pick what you want, right? You can pick, I want crystal, I want ore, I want gas. So I'm really keen to see how that conversion works as well. And yeah, Erwin, we don't know what's confirmed at this point, but yeah, if it does reset, that's kind of a miss. We'll see. Let's talk about the building, Quasel. Get excited. It's a building. Building goes to level 80.
Yeah, building goes to level 80. And building you get on day 1. I mean...
Yeah. And like they did with the Orion Syndicate bomb, reach level 40, free fleet preset. And you get to increase your fleet size by 1. So you start at 2, get to level 40, you get to 3, and a fleet preset. How good! Finally.
That will be my second.
Yeah.
So Flashpoint finally we have paid out.
Yeah, so building upgrade currency, starts at common command cores earned through outpost battles. And there is a trade down mechanic, which I'm a bit interested in, because again, we've seen trade down mechanics in other things like Augment or what was the other one that we had them in? Something else, but they've never really made sense to me, like trading down, especially earlier on. Oh, Mirror was the other one. Yeah, so every time there's a Tiger Arc, it's a trade down mechanic, right? I don't know what you want to be trading down for to speeding up to lose out on the endpoint, but if the more expensive stuff is cheap and you don't need a lot, maybe trading down is part of the game.
I mean, for Mirror Universe, we traded down a lot of epic stuff to get the common stuff done.
Yeah, early on for sure.
Yeah.
And special building parts. So I'm both happy and annoyed at the same time. So DTI headquarters, War Room, District 56, and Nova Squadron. Now, Quasel, tell me which building hasn't had any additional sources of building upgrade parts since it launched.
Well, maybe not. Maybe the list isn't complete. Who knows?
Ooh, that would be interesting if it's not. So artifact gallery, right? One key building of a lot of players now is trying to max out that artifact gallery. And there've been no additional sources of artifact gallery parts. There's just been efficiencies throughout the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if that comes into play. I hope it does. But for me, like the War Room upgrade is the only building that I need to upgrade. But again, they're great choices here. DTI building, you're going to get a lot of loot and you're going to get a lot of rep. District 56 PvP and expending your time in Mirror Universe. Nova Squadron for a lot of bonuses as well for research and specialty buildings and stuff. And Ryan, Subspace Relay, if you're doing incursions, you can get Subspace Relay parts, but you can't get Artifact Gallery building upgrades, as far as I remember.
But
welcome in, Ryan. Good to see you.
The exchanging in incursion is not that impressive for the Subspace Relay.
Yeah, that's true as well. So hopefully we can get some Subspace Relay upgrades here as well. I find though that building itself doesn't really have a lot to add now, but everyone wants to upgrade everything, so why not?
Mine is at 34.
Yeah, I can't even know what mine is. Probably really low.
So
here's the building. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the buffs aren't that great for the Subspace Relay. So meh. In today's game.
So yeah, Outpost Control Center looks okay. Looks like a generic building. Production halted, warehouse is full. Now, managing your resources to like try to do your exchanges at certain times and stuff, that might be a new mini game in a game. So stuff's gonna stop. Now, the generators before G7 kind of were bad. Like, yeah, you weren't gonna fuel anything. But now, like, I'm one of the players that want to max out all my generators at as high as possible, because if I'm getting a couple of 100,000 Sigma par every couple of hours when I spend it, then that's better than not having that. That's great. And we know reach level 40 to the fleet preset and increasing your outpost fleet size by 1. So let's have a closer look at this building. So material fragment production, as you can see next to me as well, level 1 gives you 4,167. So fragments to me kind of make me think of broken ship parts, right? Where you've got a fragment and you're going to make a fragment whole. So basically you will need X amount to then make X amount of materials, I guess. Mm-hmm. Then there's the storage. I'll go ahead, Quasel, if you want to add more to that.
No, that's the only thing I can't make really sense is the difference between storage and warehouse. Like,
yeah, what I think is going to happen, and I was trying to ask a lot of clarifying questions around this with DJs earlier. So storage is when you're going to stop making fragments, right? So if your storage is 50k at level 1, when you reach 50k, and if it's 4,167 per hour, basically half a day, you'll max out your storage capacity. Now, that means you're not going to generate any with the building, so the building is going to have production halted. I don't know if this is what's going to come up, but the other thing is the capacity, right? Which is, that's as much as you can hold overall. So that's like a cap. So although you're not generating anything, you can still collect more fragments, but then you're going to be caught by the capacity cap. So I think once you reach the 300,000 at level 1, that's it. You're not going to get more. So
that would be the first
it's probably going to be imperative to level up the building.
Hard cap, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so for buildings and for that type of loot. But we've had the hard caps or soft caps and stuff for like wave starts and things like that, where it's you get one a day.
Cap, like it starts your daily income. But I can't think of any feature in this game that has a real hard cap, so you can't get more of it by any means.
It's going to be interesting though, like
why?
Putting 2 and 2 together in my head, it's like you should be able to collect more, right? And then that's not protected, and then you should be able to raid that from somebody else. Because we've got base raiding characters that came in the last 2 months, so it would have made sense, right? To be able to raid somebody's base for Parsteel, Tritanium, Dilithium, and now material fragments.
See, we have found the
Surely I think it's coming. What's that, Quasel?
I said, maybe we have found the ship feature for next month. Stealing...
It's your Amalgam 2.0. It's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
After Sigma the base rating? Ooh, that's a good question, Wills. Again, we're speculating here. Quasel and I do not know what is going to happen, but it makes sense to add another feature that you can raid, and if you've got production for it, especially over time, you're not losing out too much. And it could be something really fun, right? Only thing you can think of with a hard cap is Arena Armada directives. Yeah, fair, Ryan. That is fair, because you do have the hard cap on that as well.
True.
So the rest of this too. Yeah. What do I have here? Outpost loot increased by building level. So I imagine when you defeat an outpost or the hostiles within that outpost, your loot goes up. So there's your bonus loot. Weapon damage also increases. So much like aggregation, the more you upgrade the building, the easier it's going to get for you to kill stuff. Hull health for FKR ships. Now, I think that's all the time because it doesn't say within a outpost battle. So generic hull health is really good for FKR ships. So 100% at level 1. I'm not sure what that caps out at, but it could be really cool. Fleet size increase and operates like other station generators. Accumulates resources over passive time. And then you trade it in for materials that you need. And it looks like it could be a 72-hour cooldown on chest pools. But again, test footage, we don't know what the actual in-game stuff is. And if player sentiment hates that, then they might change it on day 1 or even before day 1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what are your thoughts, Quasel? It looks like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's a tiger arc. A lot of moving pieces, and some of it we won't understand until December. I'm quite sure. I like it that just the building gives you already stuff. So even if you don't do the outposts, you have a benefit from leveling up the building because you only get some nice bonuses, and you get the other stuff. So you won't level the building up without doing the outposts, like it seems currently. So you need to do them. And then you get additional resources, like a Revenant style bundle, what looks like a decent payout if the cooldowns are reasonable. And the RNG.
Yeah, let's have a look. So, yeah, RNG. You're going to get screwed. We'll see. All right, what do I have here? So, upgrading the building as well. When you get to 60, obviously you're going into Sigma. It's going to take, everything Sigma. But a 60 building, material fabric production, 25k. Who knows if that's enough for the conversion. Your storage goes up to almost 1 million. And then your overall capacity, 2.47 million there. And there's common and rare at that point. And it's going to take Sigma Tri as well to upgrade the building. So your other efficiencies for building stuff around the Sigma should apply. And the speed up should apply. But again, how quick will it be? Or how long will it take you to get the common and rare upgrade stuff? What if you what if you hate the whole thing? Can they just give us a comp chest for every day instead? That's G7 wheels. If you're in G7, you just sit there and they just keep giving you comp chests. One of those lips, everything's got a choice to do it or not, keeps up. But that's a really fair comment. I can already see, and I agree with a lot of people, it can be very complex and confusing. But if we separate the two things out, right, you've got a new building, which just has bonuses, and you've got material exchange, which you obviously have a fragment daily counter, and you can do stuff with that. And then you've got the outpost side. So they're kind of two different things, but they work together. So hopefully it's not super confusing, but it feels a bit overwhelming. All right, so looking at the refinery tab now as well. Building currency. So there is a trade down here, which is the rare to common. So again, when you're building up the building, if you get rare early on, so maybe depending on what outposts give you rare, maybe the strategy is to fight those outpost hostiles and then just trade everything down. Upgrade the building to the point where you need the rare and then get more rare. I don't know what the strategy is going to be. And then there is the trade down for the components, which is the buff currency, rare to uncommon and uncommon to common. There is G5 exchange and a G6 exchange and maybe a G7 exchange, or the G6 exchange becomes the G7 exchange. I don't know. And there is also the building material stuff, which you can see to the right as well.
I mean, that screenshot is from DJ's account, which is G7, and he sees G5,
this is from
G6.
This is from Hammy.
Oh, oops.
This one. There is a
thought I
DJ's
saw
one
it
coming up.
from DJs too.
Yeah, this one's from the video that Hammy posted, but there is one from DJs in a second as well.
Okay. Oh, no leaks. So we don't
No,
know
you're
if it stays that way, like that you see all previous generation
We
stuff
don't know, no.
or not. How much currency you need for that or not. But it could be nice to get some G6 stuff in G7 because finishing it up. We will see.
Yeah, any Sigma stuff as well, like any Sigma par, like you're going to be using those Sigma credits all the way through to level 80 and more. And even G5, like getting the grade 5 solo stuff, like if G5 scrapping comes out in February or later or whenever it does, maybe this is a way to continue cycling through your G5 ships through scrap without needing to worry about mining for G5 at all. Yeah, locking people's ships away for 6 hours, dangerous way to go with gameplay. Again, not sure how long you need to be. I agree, like it is a long time, but maybe you only need to be there for 2 hours or 3 hours once a week. Who knows? Not sure, Wills, but it's a good question. Way to trade down for lower materials, like what is missing for Transigen. Well, there's a component trade down. Not sure. We'll see what's in the bundles. I think there is a screenshot of in the bundle to see what that takes. Any G7 punching down will just add to the outpost lack of availability. That's going to 100% happen on day one Keeper Stun. There's going to be a lot of G6, G7 players sitting in the 60, 63 outposts, maybe even the 50 outpost if there's one available. And then the people that need it for that level, just wait. Yeah,
that's a thing I fear too, because they most of the time underestimate the amounts needed. But then it might...
It's consistent.
Level out over time. If you only get the start every 2 days, maybe I don't know. Let's see how they launch it before we complain. Maybe they have more systems than they have shown on the screenshots. Maybe they already added more because of feedback. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so. And they did that really quick with aggregation. Pretty much they started with that. Transigen took them a little bit. And then Augment took them even longer as well. But it's consistently, we need more at all levels, basically. And we'll just have to wait and see. Like, you can check Box Club as well. If you're in a high population server, you can see the different level of players at level 70, 60, 50. And then they're the people you're competing with as well. And if you're friendly with your alliance, maybe work out times of day and stuff. Again, it shouldn't be on the players to kind of manage availability, but there might be something that ends up happening with that as well. And imagine if these get into row, right? Like only Alliance X can use this system. Who knows?
But you know,
G7 is going to start with level 1.
Drives conflict, and conflict drives PvP.
Well, that's what they want.
And PvP drives spend, so that's the logic of Scopely, maybe. Like make it scarce, so people fight over it. Who knows?
Yeah, don't forget Quasel as well. When they started Armadas, they had a 50-minute countdown because they expected people to have PvP in Armadas. I mean, we did for a little bit, and when we were at war and stuff, like you'd be picking off like the Armada start person, but then basically it became to the point where your starts were so scarce that like everyone came together and said, okay, we just won't hit anybody anymore, or cloaks will help us deal with this. So, but they want conflict. They want you to battle over an outpost, so that's probably why there's not a lot. And again, stability of the feature can be another reason as well. G7 will start with building level 1, but I don't know if... Because you can see here, Erwin as well, like improve at Ops 70. I don't know if that equates with the building currency upgrades as well, like with specialty ships now, where if you're a G7 player, you get more per pull. So maybe the level of the building and your Ops level speed up the progression. Who knows? Hopefully it works that way, but we'll have to see.
How do you figure that you need interaction with it a bit? Because as far as I understand, it's like an AFK mechanic. Everything else wouldn't make much sense. Because you're protected against PvP while docked. That we know.
Yes.
So you can be attacked while between your initial attack, but then you're protected. And the outpost automatically spawns the hostiles that attack you. And my guess is you can detect the hostiles if you're not part of the outpost. Or maybe you can.
Yeah, I'd imagine
you can steal them, but that wouldn't make sense because you have multiple ships that can fight it. How would a player attack the hostiles with multiple ships stealing it? So don't see it, but maybe who knows. So for me, it's like autogrind 2.0. Like dock your ships and the stuff does its thing. The question is, will it be stable? Will it last 6 hours? Will the outpost become stuck in between and not move forward?
Yeah, Cupid Stunt raises some good points as well. So when they streamed the other day and reviewed it, seemed to indicate it was perceived as an AFK mechanic, but the notes indicate they want interaction during the 6 hour period. So again, we'll have to wait and see what happens too. Yeah, Row probably, even in APAC, Outposts will probably be added there as well. In terms of the PvP too, what I'm talking about is basically like, if your alliance wants a system, you're probably going to fight anybody that comes into that system, right? So you're going to have all your players in there fighting everybody else off, just making sure that as the transition period happens for that next 8 hours or 6 hours, you've got your own alliance on those nodes. That could be where the conflict comes from. So maybe it's not specifically to deal with the outpost, but the timer on the outpost that we saw in the screenshot before Quasel, like minimum 2 minutes, right? That we saw. So there's 2 minutes where someone can come in and blow you up if you're not cloaked. So even if they get one ship, then it stops your ability to do the whole 8 hours or 6 hours, depending on what it is. But yeah, most of the time after like 3 or 4 months, it's going to be an AFK mechanic. People are just going to stop caring. But in month 1, this is going to be hard fought, lots of rage. I'm going to have enough salt to fill the Salt Lake Sea. So we'll see. Welcome here, Phantom Dropper. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Yeah, indicate that interaction is recommended. We don't know. Yeah, clear your 72 waves, use a combat triangle to direct incoming damage. Yeah, so in the blog post, it talks about combat triangle, which I think it targets the opposite ship. So we'll have a look at that as well. There's more to add from there too.
Yeah, so as far as I understand it, it's like there are different retaliation hostiles. Like you have an explorer, an interceptor, and the battleship. Maybe they have a cycle, or I don't know. Those hostiles would pick the ship which is the weakest to them, so they go by triangle. For example, so if you have like station combat, when your defense is based on the same mechanic that an explorer first counters an interceptor and stuff like that. So as far as I have understand, that means that you have got an interceptor and there is an explorer attacking, then your interceptor is the first one to get hit by that explorer. And then
there is a blog post which explains that a bit more as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they want to have you against triangles so that you die quicker. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that works. Now, this is also from Hammy's video. So 15k for a 1 chest pool, 350k for a 2 chest pool. Again, classic Tiger. It's the stretch goal of the 2 chest pool. Obviously, you want to be doing it if you can, and you've got enough currency to do that. But I imagine that if you run a few outposts, you'll have enough to pull for a couple days at least. Now, the G5 one, and it looks like common materials there as well. Yeah, I think this is max. So basically, you're going to get the epic rare, whatever it is, which is good for upgrading ships, especially the G5 ships at the end, if you can pull at least 1 or 2 of the epics. But who knows what the chance is going to be. Is it going to be Parsteel, Tritanium, Dilithium, like one of those? Is it going to be epic, rare, uncommon, common? Or is it just going to be 3 or 5 out of as many things are in that chest? We don't know.
Yeah.
Quasel, do you know?
No, we don't. I haven't seen any indication about chances or number of rolls, or if there is any rule to it. Most of those bundles have rolls for materials or resources, but could be anything from 1 roll to 6 rolls out of each group, or it's we won't know until somebody pulls it and or Scopely adds an information button. Sadly, that's not always there. then it gets tricky to estimate it.
So when you think about roles as well, like think about Emerald Chain or Syndicate. Surely if there's an update to Emerald Chain, there'll be an increased pool of X, Y, and Z. And Cupid, you're 100% right. Like Tiger loves having a really simple one chest pool and then a really big two chest pool. They're intended to be like the stretch goals that you get after like 2 to 3 months of gameplay to get to that point. But a lot of the time players, like myself included, try to get there on day one and then just consistently just pull the double pull. But you're right, it's a massive jump on purpose. It's a huge increase.
Yeah, maybe it's the interesting thing is maybe it's a trade down kind of mechanic still, because the chest costs go up as far as I've seen. So you can maybe double pull the lower generation chest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it pans out that way.
Costs will add to the congestion. Yeah, if the mechanic is only going to be available for limited time period. I agree. It's going to be congested. It'll be the most congested in month 1 and less after. And when events are running, that's when it'll be the most congested.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, that event-based mechanic, because if we get starts every 2 days, and let's say it runs once a month, then everybody would have about 15 starts to burn through in a few days.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem, right? Like,
and I mean, if you have 15 starts and one of those things runs up to 6 hours, and let's say we have optimized it, then we have 90 hours of an active feature without sleep. So that's alone 4 days. So if that's an event-based type thing, makes no sense.
Yep.
It's like
and there'll be an Armada AOB as well. So you'll be incentivized to take out your opponents to run your own outpost stuff. But think about, is the reward going to be good, right? Like, is it going to be worth whatever the SMS is to run at that time, or is it not? Welcome in Reaction, good to see you. Feel free reaction to, and if anybody else wants to talk about the feature, feel free to jump up in Discord as well in the general chat into voice. Yeah, I agree, Cupid. It's going to be, really interesting. We know that kind of event structure ruined aggregation as well, in my opinion. So basically what happened was Echo had a really simple feature. You go in there, you kill like 10 hostiles and you're good for a single pull for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And then the events were like, here, hit exorbitant amount of hostiles. So now we've got like 50, 60 million worth of credits and we'll never have to pull that again. So event structure can be incongruent with the feature, which then ruins your fun, but we'll see. Yeah, and again, Erwin, like, who knows what's positive, and is it going to be fun for you? Is it not? Is it just going to be a waste of time? Again, who knows? Reaction, watch the vid, and without the numbers, you can't say how it's going to be. Yeah, we'll chat once. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and Cupid, another year of aggregation pools. Yeah, me too. Like, that feature's dead now. Like, right? I don't have to go hit it ever again unless there's an event. Yeah. Or I need the next loot style bump. Yeah. The rewards. Are you excited for this page, Quasel?
Once we see the costs, maybe, and the amounts, maybe. So that's, I mean, premium dust, that's a good thing. I mean, spenders or very active players might have gotten most out of it, especially if you did arenas and stuff. But for the majority of players, they need premium dust and a lot of that. I don't get the collecting acclaim because we have tons of sourcing for that, or maybe it's just me, but it's pouring out like I have more than I can spend of it. Primes is always a good thing, though most of those primes already have sourcing, I think. So maybe. Specialty buildings, of course, catching up for players. That's a good thing. And the rest, I don't know yet. Depends on the conversion.
Yeah. And to answer a few questions in chat as well. So Decamel, I imagine G4 players are going to get a completely different arc that is not going to be involved with this at all. They'll probably pick a specialty ship and go, okay, work on that, which isn't ideal, of course, but yeah, this content 51 plus, it is what it is. That's what they've decided. Yeah, Cupid Stunt says hopefully you only be able to launch one at a time unless you get a multi-prime start. I reckon they'll have that in a couple of months, but maybe month 2, who knows. And Reaction says it'll come down to, as I was discussing, is the next source of materials. The only you're waiting for is that the engine for G7, yeah, who knows? And new ships might need Galactic Acclaim, but we know that G7 ships, or at least what I can see, aren't in that list. So maybe you need to get to the rep to then apply Galactic Acclaim to G7 ships. Who knows? But yeah, the primes that are here, like Dolomite primes, really good to catch up with. Orbit medallions, the Mirror Prime as well, which could be useful to people getting additional wave lives or increased mining for the NSEA, and then the Valor Prime as well. So all these primes have kind of free-to-play sourcing. The Mirror Prime is generally in event stores, but yeah, if you need stuff, it's a great addition here. If it's like 10 per chest pool, then that's not good. But if it's like 100 or who knows what it's going to be to like speed through these primes. The building upgrade combo, I wish there was more buildings in there, like Artifact Gallery and I don't know, harder building ones to upgrade there as well. Premium Mirror Dust, yeah, I need some as well. Like, I'm really glad that's in there. The Retaliation Hijack refits, I'm excited for as well. Finally get to finish off the specialty refits there. That's going to be cool. And then titles. So Retaliation Conqueror's title and Plunderer Conqueror's title. Now, that's a new thing that we'll talk about is titles in STFC. It's a kind of a vain mechanic thing to show who you are as a person. But I like that they're adding more of that stuff as well.
I mean, it falls under the cosmetics group and nice to have. Yeah. Some will pay for it or work on it. Others will say, oh, meh, not really a big advantage. So, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a bit of fun. But yeah, Cupid's right as well. All these primes have been added to Alliance Tournament Store or Incursions or Ferengi Battle Pass. It's just a way to catch up quicker. So I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, and
maybe you don't need
Alliance
the Dolomite.
You need to rank for it, and you need to make points. And so it might depend on where you at with a generation. And to the G4 question, yeah, I mean, content is 51 plus now, and I think it's a good thing because if you're a new G4 player, you have so much going on with all the specialty ships, with all that stuff that's available to you in that ops range, and that ops range will become even quicker every month, like because inflation and stuff, and they're adding new stuff where you get resources maybe from, and people don't spend that long of a time anymore in the lower generations, it seems. So why give them another thing? It's hard.
Yeah, and Cupid says G5 Plus don't need to catch up as much as G4. That's fair. Who knows how a G2, G3 player plays? Like, I don't know if there's people that get to G5 within a month because they buy upgrade packs, and then they're like, oh, I can get this now. Like, I don't know how they play their game, right? Like, every month, like Quasel said, they speed up, like, there's power creep and there's more refinery stuff. So it's really hard to judge how all of this interacts with everything else. And like people say, they don't do everything a lot of the time. So maybe if you don't do DTI, maybe you get your building upgrades through Outposts. Like, maybe you don't do Augment, so you get your Prime stuff through Outpost. Maybe you don't do arenas at all, but now you can get your Premium Mirror Dust through this. Like, there's multiple things in different places that, yes, if you do everything, it adds up and you don't need as much. But if you're a player that only does X, Y, and Z, then maybe this is the one that you do, not the other. But yeah, you're right. Like, obviously the value, and it's the same always, Keep It Stud. Like, the people that need this stuff, by the time they get access to it, they don't need it anymore. That's 100% how the game works. So a lot of the primes as well, if you don't pay for them early on, they become kind of meaningless later on in the game as well. So it's designed intentionally that way. And you're completely right. It is that way. But when you hit G5, G6, going to be so much thrown at you, and it may not be in a fresh player's mind to go and do. Yeah, this game is a lot of bloat. Like, there's good content and good fun stuff, but again, managing a player through the game, it's difficult, right? Like, lots of people can pick their own way to go through it. And if you're a casual player that's been playing for 7 years, like, if you miss every other arc, like, how does that experience look?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the game now going to its 7th year's anniversary. I can understand that people say, "Oh, we had that. Oh, that's just a mashup of this and that, and oh, they did that and they did that," and I think that's just an issue with them having content every month, because that's
Yes.
a very high release cycle for Scopely, which doesn't happen in many games in that big of an extent. Sure, there are games where you have your battle passes and new officers are added or stuff, but Star Trek Fleet Command gets most of the months an entire feature set, like a new mechanic, whether it's really new or just repurposed. Of course, it's hard to say sometimes. Okay, does that count as new? But there is attrition, and there is, oh, we know that, and we have done that, and it's difficult to and of course the game is always the same. Go up an ops level, get the next chip, go up an ops level, get the next chip, hit harder hostiles. I don't know. On the other hand,
Well, that's
it's
the
a
game.
new mechanic,
Mine
and you,
PvP,
100%.
PvE.
yeah. I mean, what else is there?
Nothing, right? Like, there's no other mechanic that is different. Like, they've always had, like, hit hostiles, mine a resource, or hit a base, or fight a player. Like, I'm still trying to think, what would that be? Like, where's the exploration side of Star Trek? Like, I guess missions, but, like, I don't know. I would just hope one day maybe there's something more fun down that track. Who knows? But yeah, Cupid, I think it's a combination of territory and assaults. But yeah, and waves in that as well. But yeah, it's the release cycle. They just mash whatever together, release it, next ship.
But then, is it bad that we have multiple battle passes? I mean, let's think about it. People complain about too many battle passes. People complain about too many events. Then we get less events. And people complain about the lack of rewards paid out. Then we get, I don't know. We should be very careful, because every battle pass, I'm with teachers on that, is a free, as long as they have a free track, it's a free gift for everyone. And does it matter if they put all those gifts into one battle pass, like add them up into one claim, or if they spread them out so spenders can buy multiple battle passes if they want to, if they see value in it? People ask about cheaper packs. I mean, isn't the battle pass in the end a cheaper pack? Because, you know, for any battle pass, if you wanted to, you could pay the $20 and get an 180k of currency, which translates to up to 30 epic officers' hearts, if you want to. And that's, by Scopeless measurement and price, a good deal. Is it for the players? Maybe sometimes, or sometimes not. But I don't see a bad thing to have one more event or one more battle pass, especially since they changed the events for the battle passes, that you can do one task and it finishes all of them. So why is it bad? Tell me.
Thanks for the look, Owen. All right, so Quasel, here we go, right? Let's think about this a different way. Now, I have 10 bananas, right? Now, I could give you 10 bananas in one event, or I could give you one banana in an event. I can give you one banana in a battle pass. You can pay for another 4 bananas, or I'll give you another banana in, I don't know, another pack you can buy. So my understanding is that there's a set amount of rewards that the Arc Runner has to give out at the end of the month. Now, divvying it up in a different way, it's all dependent on how they want to run that. So again, you can run it in battle passes. Yes. There's a free track. Yes. You can do the same thing to complete the battle pass that way and get all the rewards. But what does it replace and what does it change? Like, we haven't seen specialty event stores come back. It's been a consistent event store. For me, that's kind of killed the fun for it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, putting everything in a battle pass, you can. Run an event, you can. Like, there's a lot of ways to do this. Or put it in a feature. There's a lot of stuff you can do it. I agree with, like, more is more, and it always is more. But just because it's another battle pass doesn't mean we're getting more rewards for the month. It just means that rewards have kind of changed from here to there. Yeah. That's my understanding of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're still getting bananas. That's true. A very good fit. But that's why I don't care, because we're getting the same bananas amount for free. It's just
but the bananas you would have got from the events anyway. So it's just been put into a battle pass.
Yeah.
And again, that can give them a bit of variety as well.
Yeah. So I agree.
Like, if you think back, one last thing as well. Remember how you could buy a second battle pass and the whole battle pass is complete?
Yeah.
Like, I know that killed G6, but like, think about the rewards you used to get from that without doing anything. So there's multiple ways that they can give you free stuff or incentivize you to spend money. Battle passes is just a choice.
I don't know if it's actually less capit. I never added all of the stuff we get up, because it's very hard to compare. Because remember, the old style was no resources and materials in a battle pass month, or almost none, because all the events switched over to battle pass currency. So then you had sometimes 3 or 4, or even TNG was 5 months without the battle pass. So players which relied for their catch up on the battle pass had to wait 5 months to be able to purchase some of the ships which have back then only have been in the battle pass. So having that option almost every month, I think, adds to a more consistent and regular gameplay. And I'm not sure if we're really getting less free stuff. That's tricky. I don't know if Tarpy could answer that, because she tracked a lot of battle passes and stuff like that. But that's tricky to say, okay, is it better, is it less? It's more consistent, and we get materials and event store stuff every month. For me, that's okay. What's bad is that the event store itself has less variety, because there's still stuff which we had in them which hasn't come back. And it's harder for free to play to get enough currency for the big ticket items.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag, and I don't know.
I think it's optics, right? I think we're overall getting the equivalent value of something, but again, it's the scope play value of how much does this cost? So maybe it leads to less materials. Maybe you get more event store currency to spend on stuff you don't need, right? Like, the event stores we've got now are ship parts and officer shards. Now, if the officer shards haven't been updated for a long time, it's the same officers. If you max them out, what are you going to spend? If you've maxed out all your specialty ships, again, like, where's the value for you there? Who knows, right? Like, I don't know if it's better or worse by having multiple battle passes. I just miss the fun of a big event store.
This month, it's for sure worse, because this month we have less options in the event store, because you just have the officers and you have the ship parts. I don't know if there are primes for some. I don't see them because I have a lot of the stuff. And ship parts most of the time aren't worth it to me, because it's just a few days of ship parts, whereas you can get officers which are far harder to source most of the time. So I'm in the always go for officers boat. And the advantage was this time that we had some of the officers in multiple event stores, so you could work on them. But it's less predictable.
Again, perception is the key as well. I don't know if it's less or more. I like more variety, but again, the event store is probably not tailored towards me now, because it's more for people that need to catch up with the ship pass. Yeah. But think about having Reliant free-to-play Serene Squall, free-to-play GS31. Like, it'd be nice for those to come into an event store as well, because they would have, right? If we had a normal event store, like a big event store, after the end of Augment, we would have got Reliant parts probably, or maybe we'd have got GS31 parts. So the way they can now manipulate the market a bit more by saying there's no consistency about what's in an event store versus what's not, and the value is still the same because you're getting event store currency regardless of what you can spend it for. It is interesting to think about. I don't know what the right answer is though.
Yeah, no, there should be a more consistent content of those event stores. I agree 100% on that. I got the feeling that as a player who focuses on officers, and I didn't even get the premium Ferengi pass last month because I didn't see the value in it. I could max most of those officers, like the rares are all done, which have been in there, and the epics are on track, and most of the epics are in the T4 range now, or even already T4. So not counting the PvP officers, because there is no other sourcing, and once you have max the villain officers, they will have a new set which is better, like every year.
It's a cycle. That's fine.
That's a PvP cycle, and PvP in this game is for the big spenders if you want to compete. And I'm not in that boat. Never have been, never will be, I guess. So yeah, I think for me it's not feeling less, but the options are reduced, and that's not a good thing. And Jules was collecting missing items a month ago, which would be worse this month. No idea if there's any traction on that, but I think that's an issue.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's missing that they could easily add. Yeah. And I think Crisis mid-tier spender only bought the Battle Pass. So, yeah, it's going to be different for G6, G7 players as well. Like, if you're at the end of content, like, up to date, like, what does your spend get and where's your spend going? Like, if you're LCID and you want to go to Ops 80 as quickly as possible, great. Spend it on material parts and upgrade your buildings. But for the fun that you get out of it, like, yeah, I don't know. What is there to really buy at the moment if you're a G7 player? Like, yeah, this feature, maybe get the building upgraded, see if that works for you. But are the rewards worth the squeeze in the end there as well? Yeah, I think, like, choice and variety, like you said, not having an event store every month, maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. But yeah, a lot of the stuff now is just very bland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the new specialty ships as well. Like, the last one was kind of built for G6 players. I mean, there's some value there for G7, but you got to like work out your own value, like, for each level of player you are. And a G6, G7 player with the current event stores, maybe they've maxed out the officers and they've maxed out all the specialty ships, so there is no value there. Even though there's perceived value, those players don't have anything really to spend on. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's for sure an issue that the specialty ships take time to upgrade. I tend to be the player that gets the feature of the month, not necessarily because it's like going to be impactful immediately, but you get all the events around the feature most of the time. So if you have a bet, like, say, okay, I can get one pack a month, the monthly feature is most of the time worth it, because you save the 3 months to getting the ship, and you can participate in the events within those 3 months. And most of the time, payouts are quite okay. Again, scope value, because it's pixels, it's just your fun you have with it, and everybody needs to decide if that's okay for them or not. For me, it's like, I mean, go to a concert, go for a good meal, go, I don't know to what. I mean, none of those things lasts forever, because the meal is over in an hour, and you might remember how good it was or not, or go to a concert and it might have a lasting effect or not. And with that game, I mean, I have fun talking to the people. I have sometimes fun playing the game, even especially if you can have a new feature and punching up or finding a loophole that Scopely didn't plan for. That's the fun part. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It's the stories you tell along the way as well, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have fun making stories in game, it's worth it. And Crisis Suspended be directed around obtaining the vengeance, so we'll get to that point after a little bit as well. When you've got like titles as well now in game. What do you got? Anti-Node and Lord of Cakes, Outpost Master.
It's not about the experience. It's about the fun with around it. It's about the fun I have talking to more or to people which I would have never met in my whole lifetime if not for playing the game or shared experiences. And that has nothing to do with pixels. Sure, that game, the pixels of that game trigger it or start it, but it's a whole lot more around it. And I don't know. I don't go to big concerts because I don't like that many people in one room. So, you know, it's different for everybody. So it's not about the pixels.
I can see both sides as well. Like Cupid's saying, basically you can do that without spending money.
Yeah, don't spend it.
But yeah, I think this is a nice way to, like, I would have never met people like Mini or Ultra, Wills, Crisis, like even virtually Cupid Stunt as well. Like seeing these people, it's a great way to socialize and spend time with like-minded people. But it is a different experience from a live concert or from something else as well. So yeah, I think it's a good, like, imagine if you were in space, right? And you were on the space station, like you could play SDFC and then watch people stream and talk about it. Like sometimes it's the environment as well, or you live in a rural town and you just can't travel. So
it's
would have touched a bullet not meeting Mini, but then I wouldn't be able to see her dress up, right? Mini is like such an amazing person that dresses up, like and very easily could have been Chrono as well.
Yeah, I think for once you need those spenders to keep the game running, because Scopely makes money out of it, and maybe they should make less out of it and provide better content or better service. We don't need to discuss that because we pretty much agree on that. But beyond that, it's everybody's decision where he spends his money, and if he has fun with it, so be it. I mean, some have old cars and I don't know, invest a lot of money just to keep that car running, and others will say, oh no, wasted money, because tomorrow we will need the next part to keep that car running, and the day after it's the next part which falls apart. So it doesn't matter if it's pixels or parts for the engine or for the experience in a concert, or I don't know, for your walk in the park because you need shoes for it, or for skiing, or there's so many ways to spend your money to have fun. As long as people enjoy it, it's their choice.
Can't take it with you.
I mean,
and
I wouldn't spend...
SKZ says it best as well, like about being with people without the crowds and stuff. Like there's a lot of people that just enjoy talking to people online without being suffocated by people. So yeah, it provides a different way to interact. So I think that's great. with the return investment, you don't know what's valuable until it's valuable. That's why your Woos toy clearer is as well. I'm sure you've got toys that have made money and toys that just are worthless now and less money than you spent on them to begin with as well. Of course, Crisis here to the Warhammer. We're like the same people, right? Like I had a bit of Warhammer 40k back in the day as well, but yeah, I was not good at putting that together. My units had like weird arms and so much like the glue and everything, and the paint was just horrible. But yeah, it was fun for a little bit.
See, that's the thing. It's fun. It has been fun, and you'll remember the fun you had. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's stories. Yeah. And you don't have to spend your money here, of course. Like, there are multiple games you can play with people and find other communities and find different people. But yeah, if you enjoy it, do what you want.
I don't promote buying packs. I don't understand people that spend hundreds of thousands of money on that game.
It could be a time saver for them. Maybe they've got all that disposable income and they just want to use it and play the game for the 30 minutes they've got in the week and just be at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Different people.
It's about, I don't know. I wouldn't shame anyone if he spent on it and had fun with it. As long as you can afford it, why not? Who I am to judge where people waste or say it's a waste or not.
Yeah, what's
I
waste?
used to see it that way, but I've learned that people have enjoyment out of different things. And I mean, look at Griffin spending sometimes endless amounts of money in a very ineffective way. Just so he can do his live on stream.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's his enjoyment, Quasel.
Yeah,
Buying the packs that don't actually make any sense.
So I don't know. We can talk about Scopely putting out poor content or content that's not worth it, but then don't spend on it, don't play it, don't talk about it. It puzzles me sometimes. If it's all shit and all bad, why so many people still play the game? Tell me. I don't get it.
Like, a lot of people that are frustrated, right? It's because they want it to be good. You're not angry at people because like you hate them a lot of the time. You're angry because you want it to be better. Like, I don't know. Obviously, there's other thoughts around it as well. And you can't be consistently having like banger after banger of good content. It's like TV shows as well. Maybe episode 3, 4, and 5 in the season is good, and maybe season 1 is really bad, and season 4 is good. Like, it's not consistent. And I think we all keep coming back because like we can talk about it and we can share experiences, and like maybe it's shared trauma as well at some point when things break when they shouldn't, or I don't know, like that kind of pulls people together, the shared trauma. But yeah,
I mean, it's like last month the events were shitty, no question, especially the heroic stuff which punished you for being higher ups, but the feature itself, I mean, players are now at 50 plus, I think, with the building. You had to hit hostiles in your ops range or your building range, so you had the issue that you couldn't do stuff because your ops was too high. So being great, and still people complained about it. Somebody will always complain, and
and
I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna get that, but it doesn't mean that like people are unhappy as well. Like sometimes people complain, like I said, because they have a genuine idea of what they want something to be. And the game is designed to obviously get you to spend and to be at that point where the value is early on. And then like when you get the stuff free to play, it doesn't have as much value. But again, like it's all psychology and all the other stuff they use as well.
Yeah.
And Crisis had a builder that ripped out a ceiling and put the wrong chip right back up. That's horrible. Let me know not to use your builder because that's going to be horrible. Now, speaking of costly investments, Quasel, how do we get the Vengeance now?
Who knows? I mean, better question is, do we need the Vengeance?
I want it regardless, but I don't think it's 100% required now, but
I'd work on it. I mean, I'm at 200 blueprints, I think, because the week before last was quite good paying. I think sourcing will increase. Like we will see sourcing now with the new feature. At least I haven't seen the values or the amounts, but yeah. And yeah, I will tell.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to stop running the XSLB events or the SMSs associated with that when the feature comes out that has the acquisition of the Vengeance. And then basically all the sourcing is going to be from that going forward. Maybe there's a crossover for a month, but I think what is going to happen is if it is in the building and you have to be X level to then get Vengeance blueprints passed, then that'll be the source. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm worried a little bit about it, but yeah, they've given out a lot of like free Vengeances as well. But if it is acquirable throughout the month in some form or fashion, 2 or 3 months, like have a Vengeance unlock, it'll get quicker over time as well, hopefully. So
Think about the
yeah, fingers crossed
jellyfish.
it's doable.
Just think about the jellyfish.
Yeah.
It had running the jellyfish event for very long. Does it still run? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Question for Ultra once he gets in the range with his small account.
So Quasel Crisis is also asking, do you think the G7 uncommon is skippable? What are your thoughts?
Too early to tell. I mean, currently I'd say no, because the uncommon at unlock even it nullifies the vengeance quickly. Warp range, damage, all the metrics. But I don't own a vengeance and I can't compare them because I don't know the real world performance of the vengeance. But my guess is I doubt it. But fast forward half a year maybe, when Scopely comes up with, I don't know, isolatic damage 2.0, and I don't know, we get a lot of more buffs for our ships, maybe. Because, power creep over time nullifies a lot of stuff.
Yeah, keep in mind as well, right? Like, we've seen Griffin, when he streams, take out some 74s with a Vengeance, and that wasn't a max Vengeance. There is going to be, he's got a max Vengeance now, and like Quasel said, power creep. Can you punch up to 75, 76, and then get the next ship after that? I don't know. Is it going to be more time investment killing hostiles doing it that way? Yes, probably. Are there going to be armadas or G7 specific stuff that the Vengeance isn't going to be good at? Or are you going to need more than one ship? Are you going to need the Vengeance and a G7 uncommon? Like, they're things we don't know. But at this point in time, it looks like I can get to, 75 with the Vengeance? I don't know if that's enough.
Maybe. Yeah, they scale up quite hefty, the G7 hostiles. My Crancher could kill at tier 12-ish 72s easily, but died heroically on a 73. So yeah,
it's the Sigma exchange.
Yeah,
that'll get better.
Yep, everything will get better. And as for the G6 uncommons, that depends on your free through point on them. I mean, Everywhere It Matters is a big fan of them for the hazard resistance. I personally never saw value in them, but back when the sourcing of materials was way lower, so the investment it wasn't worth the squeeze for me. But that might have changed now for people. But then, if you have any of the specialty ships, they all outperform the uncommons. Especially if you look at the GS31, it has the hazard resistance and stuff like that. So you have specialty ships which go way higher in hazard resistance and have the added benefits of being more powerful.
Yeah, and I think if you're a new player as well, like, you could min-max this game relatively cheaply if you knew what had value and at what level to buy X, Y, and Z. So yeah, it really depends on your playstyle as well. Like, for me, I had every ship being tier 2, tier 3, and then got the next generation of ship because tier 3 was enough. Like, the only reason why I'm upgrading the Epic now is because I've got that G6 Epic. Like, that's where I'm at, is a cap until I get the Vengeance. So I'm going to upgrade that ship until, like, that maxes out. And I mean, we're at the end of G6 now, so
to get your Epic to tier 12 to build the Vengeance.
If you need the Vengeance, yes.
Yep.
Or can you get to 73 and get the 73 ship? I don't know in that time. Who knows? But most likely it's going to be get the Vengeance.
I mean, think about 25 trillion reputation needed. Think about, I don't know how many credits. The miners are 750k are the miners. What's the uncommon?
I think it's 1 million. But when you think about it, Quasel, though, like, do you skip the 71 miner? By the time you get to 25 trillion rep, do you have enough credits to then get the uncommon? So there's a lot of like interesting choices that people are making at the moment.
Yep.
Lord's Gunner got all 3 G6 epics because had the credits at the end. And
Sure.
DTI store.
Yeah. The store gives you a lot of blueprints. And honestly,
Yeah.
we'll get a lot of income with the credits too. I mean, people should now be able to maybe spend some on their priority 1 assignment stuff where you can get 25k every 2 days. Some of the people, not everyone, of course. You have the DTI income and all the other sources. So those ramp up quickly if you focus on them.
Yeah, we don't know what the quickest or the best way is, right? Like, is it good to just try to win a vengeance early on, skip the 73 uncommon? Maybe. Is it good to skip the minor, get a vengeance, skip the 73, go to 76? Or is it good just to get one of each? Like, we don't know how long it's going to take us specifically to get to that point, or what's needed when you get to that level, or what next month's feature is. Because what we know as well is that a feature can dictate what ships you buy, or unlock, or upgrade. So again, you can make a decision now and the feature changes it.
Yep, over time. So my path in G7 now is going very slow because I'm not a big spender. 1 pack a month doesn't get you very far. I'm working on dual faction because I figured getting the credits and the reputation will take time. And as we see, we have currently only 2 players gone above 72. So that tells you something. We're a month in and we have only 2 players. One is 73 and one is 74, unless it changed in the last few hours. And people are
I think there's something about not rushing it as well, right? Like, this is meant to last us 2 years. So, like, I don't know if people want to get to 80 in 6 months and then wait another year and a half before the next generation comes out, or it depends on what makes you happy.
Yeah.
I do have 2 more slides. Let's see. What do I have? Here we go. Status control team. So if you watch Hammy's video, you can kind of make it out what group these new officers are. And yeah, status control team. So even though it's a DS9 arc, there's probably not going to be any synergy or officer efficiency with DS9. And yeah, so we've got the Hierarch and we've got Nog. So the Hierarch, Twisted Blade and Affliction. No idea what those abilities do. The stats looks like it's a high attack officer. There's going to be some priority 1 assignment groups with it as well, like some of the traits. I don't know what those are going to be. Let me know in chat what you guys think the abilities are. And it's a captain! Do you not realize how crazy this is? We finally, after, 11 months? We have a freaking captain. Like, this is like the first captain all year, right? Am I wrong? Or, like, am I crazy? It's a captain!
Yeah.
No below deck ability, though, so it's just only a captain and a side officer card. But, yeah, again, captain.
Yep.
Quasel, thoughts on the abilities? What are they? Tell me! Tell me!
I don't know.
No guesses? Anyone in chat want to guess as well what you think they'll be? I think they'll be around Outpost stuff, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, the officer, like, full transigen there as well. You reckon base rating crisis? Interesting. Well, Nero, like, I'm sad we didn't get Nero, but Nero surely is going to be out of order after maybe next year sometime when, or even maybe next month.
Yeah,
maybe Nero drops with the new rating ship.
I'm quite surprised that they didn't continue at least a 3rd villains officer, like, because to complete a set, kind of, or an captain for that villain group.
They've done it before as well. Like, remember, Formation Armadas was uncommon rare, and then finally we got Voyager 30th to get the epic. There's times where they split up the last bit of whatever the loop is. Even here, it looks like there's common, uncommon, rare, and epic. I haven't seen anything related to epic, so is epic going to be month 2 with the ship, or is it going to be in the future sometime as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, judging from the past, I'd guess it's a PvP officer. Because
Could be.
Last winter we got the strike team groups, so I guess they want some officers to sell in the spending season. And PvP stuff sells
Yeah, not
for
sure.
whatever reason. Yeah, but we will see.
Yeah, Will says the ability won't be useful until tier 5. It depends, because the captain ability with synergy, like,
Yep.
of course, with 2 officers, you only have half synergy, if there is synergy for whatever the ability is. But, yeah, it could be interesting. Oh, I didn't actually have DJ screenshot of the G7 stuff. That's unfortunate. Primes! Yeah, so increase weapon damage for all ships against outposts and retaliation ships, and increase the amount of uncommon, common, rare, solo outpost components you receive from a solo outpost attack. So yeah, few primes already.
Yeah, the
So yeah,
question
who's
will
excited?
be, will it be worth to punch down and use loot crews?
Could be.
Or
Well, like looking here, like a 50 for common, like unless your building needs to be level 60 to get uncommon and rare, then yeah, for sure, you just start punching down like aggregation.
yeah. So
What was in DJ screenshot, Quasel, of the 70 plus one?
I think it's the 70. Let me see, just to make sure. I think it was a million or 2 million of Sigma pass deal and all rarities. So if we get all rarities, there it is. So we will see, which looks interesting if you get all rarities at 71.
Yeah, because that'd be like augment, right? You hit the higher hostile and you get the rest of the rewards to pull every single node, like a lot of other Tiger arcs. Yeah, 2 months of Deep Space Nine Retribution. Yeah, I'll put this PDF up in the Discord as well after stream. So if you guys want a copy of it, more than welcome to take a copy and do whatever you want with it.
No, that's the smaller screenshot.
Yeah, so the refits, like, I'm interested in. I want to see how much they're going to cost. So if we go to the refits in game, it'd be all of these hijacked, like D7, Enterprise D, and the Augur refits for up to G6 ships. So that's going to be really interesting. Yeah, this is the Christmas arc as well, Wes. Merry Christmas! Deep Space Nine! Yeah, and more than likely we'll get a new ship next month as well. It feels like it's going to be a raider. But again, we'll see. It could be outpost specific, like hitting the outpost hostiles.
Yep. If you want a screenshot for the G7 stuff, go to 2 hours, 43 minutes. Then you can grab it from DJs.
Do you have the screenshot? Can you put it in Discord? That would make it a little bit easier.
I can make one, yeah.
But that's fine if you can't.
No, I'm taking screenshots from DJ's stream, so that's fine because stuff DJ shares is common knowledge.
Oh, it's free. It's free game, right?
That's free game.
He's the official SDFC podcast, so anything there is official, right? So I feel that's free. That's free.
Posted in the G7 chat on your Discord.
Oh, thank you. I'll bring that up as well. And then we'll go through the blog post as well, because there is some more information in that too.
That's 1 million, and the most important part is you get rares and uncommons if that didn't change. And the bundle lasts from 71 to 76.
Yep, let me work out why that's not working. 1 sec.
I don't know.
Ah, there we go. Okay, got it working again. So, yeah, let me try to reload that screenshot. It looks a bit blurry. Bear with me. Sometimes when you open stuff through Discord, it comes up super blurry.
Yeah, and the screenshot is from DJ's, and he made it from his video. So that's why the quality of most of his images isn't super crisp, because it's from his video footage from the testing run.
Yeah, I imagine there'll be some punch down as well. Like you probably want more, and that's why there's a trade down maybe. So maybe Cupid like use the trade down to get more of the uncommon or common, or you just run another one. Maybe for Christmas they give us 2 ships to buy. Yeah, it could be an Amalgam 2.0 and a Outpost Hostile Hunter. Yeah, who knows? So here the G7,
or the ship isn't related at all to it, because looking at the Dauntless, which is kind of a ship which is more for mirror universe grind and the search stuff, and had not much to do with aggregation. Who knows?
Yeah. So what's the currency he's using here for that one?
I think it's the same one.
Currencies?
Same currency for the G5 and G6 bundle. It looks like, if I'm zooming in.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the common one, doesn't it? It's going back through the PDF.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, it looks the same.
And it looks like the bundles G5, G6, G7 scale like I said beforehand. So you pay more or less the same for one chest. The cost for one chest seems to be similar to the double chest one generation down. Sometimes it's difficult to explain things in English, like...
Yeah, it looks like one chest is 3.7 million, and 2 chests is 30 million. So yeah, again, like there's a massive stretch goal, but maybe, yeah, if you have enough to pull one of these, then surely you've got enough to do the G6 and G5 chests with the little bit that extra that you've got, if it is worth pulling all 3. And yeah, I think the cooldown is 3 days for these, but if it's 1 day or less, like 2 million Pascal every day, great. Sigma Trit, if you get the big one, 400k, great. Rare G7 material, you can get at least 1 prime if you get the crystal rare from a pool like this, without like needing to upgrade past like up 72, 73, 74. The other interesting thing though, Quasel, is the Outpost increase at up 76. It's quite big gap, and the blog post can explain that a bit better. But it's a big gap between 71, 76, then 80, I think. So, yeah, let me make this a bit nicer as well. Move that. So the blog post itself, basically the same thing, how it works. Let me move it so I'm actually in front of the page. Oh, that one's half cut out. There we go, that's better. Now I can make this even bigger. Yeah, so it says build the Outpost Control Center. So that's what you want to do. Generate materials. So, yeah, converting, launch and capture. So spend your directives, capture an outpost, hold it for the 6 hours. And it says, what does it say here as well? The battles will occur automatically when the counter hits 0. So, yeah, 5-minute cooldown per attack. And thinking about that as well, like, noting that a lot of ships you can buff and the buffs only last for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, I would think potentially you could probably still interact with your own ships here. So if you, every 20 minutes, you wanted to add on another Cerritos buff, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not, but yeah, new ship for every type of outpost, 100% Avark. Yeah, survive the wave, 72 total attacks across 6 hours. First 42 wave 1, the final 30 are wave 2 with the tougher enemies and bigger rewards. And what we talked about before, attackers target based on combat triangle. For example, a battleship will focus your explorer first if one is present, while holding your defending ships cannot be targeted by other players and cannot activate their own abilities, cloaking or field repair, etc. So yeah, you can't use the field repair when you're in an outpost attack. But yeah, they want to target you against you for triangle.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we get a buff ship next month, like to buff your outposts.
Or a vengeance type ship. Not vengeance, what's the Armada one where you have the Armada ability where all the damage goes to that ship? Like another tank ship. A Vindicator type ship.
That's a good question. Will the Vindicator work in there? I mean, it's a Armada ship.
Or you can't activate abilities.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, because it says... If you've got it in there... yeah, your ships cannot be targeted by other players and cannot activate their own abilities. Cloaking,
yeah, but
field repair,
Towns is activated beforehand, like a buff, isn't it?
Maybe.
I never used my Vindicator because, it's so quick to
Yeah,
upgrade.
me either. We're the same. I have no idea how that works. I'm doing the research, right? But who knows what it does? It does something. Yeah, so faction and mechanic. Yeah, critical flaw. Independent is a tutorial. So I'm assuming we'll all start there, or maybe we won't. Maybe we just go straight to the biggest ones. And the refinery, so it sits at the bottom of your base, which when we look at the base, I think that's the last building slot that's free. Yeah, I think that is for the group of buildings.
Yeah, but they can add another slot with an upgrade easily, moving stuff around.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, like Lottis Karen just said, ships are often just there for the refinery, especially for higher ops players, because you can't. Most of us can't afford to or won't spend that much money to get it up to our ops level, which is an issue and becomes more and more an issue. And sometimes they have a use outside, like the Revenant was a good example. The Revenant worked contained in its loop. That's why I liked it, because you had to hit targets in your range of your ship. Like with aggregation, hit targets based on the building's range. That's content done right. But then if you have to hit stuff based on your ops and your specialty ships isn't there, that sucks.
Yeah, for sure. Like aggregation was super aggravating for people who had a high building that couldn't hit the level 70s because they would just die. Aardvark says, when it comes to tiering ships and other things, as you get older, sometimes you need to pay to get it up. Yeah, there's always assistance, right? I mean, Ultra's very good at fluffing, so maybe just hire him for a little bit and get that work going as well. And Wills, there actually is like an order of operations for combat, so even if it's all mining ships, I'm not sure if it targets the weakest first or I think it's based on power. So there is an order of operations for every single bit of combat in the game.
Is it like base defense? So it starts with the weakest ship? So I'd expect the targeting to be like an base combat. Like it starts with the triangle and the weakest ship, power-wise. So there's room for maybe shenanigans to have a high power ship with a loot crew because it doesn't need to fight anyway, and put your pest crew then on the lower ship. Who knows? And who knows which officers will work. Lots of stuff to test tomorrow.
Yeah, when I'm thinking about this as well, right? Like the relativity comes forefront in my mind. It's got a lot of hull, it's got a lot of shield. Maybe if you can get it so it's repairing as well with officers that work, I don't know which ones will. Maybe the relativity just ends up doing it by itself, right? Like you don't need anything else. Who knows? Do you think multiple people will be able to activate in the same system? What are we talking about, Chris? The Outpost? I think Armadas you can both, and then both start at the same time, but I imagine it wouldn't be intended. Surely there's a bug if you both click the same button at the same time, you use your currency, and then it's down to the gods, whoever goes first. But or PvP. I imagine
Black.
They'd want PvP. Who knows?
Yeah.
Time is the only variable. Yeah, and programming as well. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with the veil, right? Like, you click the veil, maybe you just disconnect your ships. So Lost In was very adamant about that happening, so we don't know. And if it works in playtest, great, but that's not a real-life test. And again, if it works in US, does it work in EU, and does it work in APAC? Who knows? They're different servers again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Crisis. I would imagine, like, to keep people happy, if you start something, you'd want to follow through. But if there's only like 18 nodes or whatever, or at your level that are free, like much like mining, if someone's going to hold them up for 6 hours, like, it's just going to cause aggravation and fights and stuff. And that's already going to happen. You can see it. Like, people are going to be angry, not going to be able to start the outpost they want to start just because there's not enough to do. And the systems as well. So yeah, it goes all the way up to 80. Not a lot of people are going to be there for a while, so we'll see. But there's a big gap, right? 53, 56, 60, 63, 66, 70, 72. So it's like every couple of levels. So it's not like there's every single level. So again, find a sweet spot. But yeah, it feels like there's not enough already. We've got quick tips here as well. Bring officers whose abilities work in any encounter. Hostile only and Armada only abilities will not trigger here. Plan for a session that can last 6 hours. Use combat triangle. They say here to direct damage to keep your ship alive, but again, we're fighting against triangles, so I don't know how that's going to work. And then, yeah, upgrading your building obviously makes it easier too. And keep the outpost held to maintain temporary buffs for both defense and your wider fleet. So yeah, the 6 hours you get to use the buffs. The other question, like we talked about, is do I have to upgrade it, like all the bonuses, every single time I claim an outpost? Or are they going to stay static? Who knows? Like, that's going to be a bit of contention as well. Surely with way too few outposts. Yeah, I agree, Erwin. There is never going to be enough. And yeah, they always want to create conflict. But again, like, conflict that makes sense, great. Like, let me fight somebody, make it fun, make it rewarding. But if it's my conflict is with the game architecture not being able to handle me doing X, Y, and Z, then that's not fun, right? Like, I'm fighting the game itself. I'm not playing the game. I'm just being mad at the game not functioning.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. We don't know how many systems there will be in the release. Maybe they have added a few more, and then we have 5-6 systems with 8 outposts. I mean, that's still not great because that's 40 outposts, and it runs up to 6 hours. So, but maybe we get it wrong, and we don't need those full 6 hours. Maybe the intention is not for us not to reach it.
That's right.
I don't know. Tricky.
Yeah, I'm sure a single chest pull probably is like 20 minutes, right? If you want the double chest pull every day, then that maybe is the full 6 hours or more.
Yeah.
Here, they do talk about the vengeance. So, retaliation plunder. Earn by defeating wave 2 attackers. Exchange it for vengeance blueprints. Epic officer, the hierarch. So that's how you're going to unlock the officer and tier them up as well. Premium mirror dust. Selected prime particles. And the epic title outpost master. So it looks like the bundle we're looking in the PDF. Basically, it's going to have those things in that same bundle.
It's interesting.
People
they
might not
want
take part at all as
sourcing
well.
for a new officer. That's
Yeah, it looks like it. Again,
That's a
though,
rare
Quasel, how big does the building need to be?
there we go.
Because looking at the Recon Locus, right, and getting the prototype tech, yeah, you can free-to-play prototype tech sourcing. Building needs to be level 61.
Yeah. But
and then it needs to be level 67 to upgrade it past tier 5. But it's there.
Yeah, and
you're right, it's there.
And free-to-play got to 51 for the first pro tech within the first month-ish, I think.
Yeah. They did. And some people got even higher than that as well, which is great. Like, if you scored well in the A or Bs, great. That's really great for you.
So
I think it's good.
Assuming they do the same and go even a little bit further, because last aggregation was Ops 45. Now we are 51. So maybe they again give us enough stuff to go to 51-ish or 55-ish in the first month. Because you need the
Yeah, I
building
don't know.
at that level to make it useful. And then the gap isn't that big for G6 and G7, maybe. That would be
Well, it
great.
could end up like the Transition Forge, right? Mine's level 43.
Yeah.
It got scrapped, the feature, so like now we're just down to daily pulls. So yeah, different buildings will have different upgrade times and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Like if the Vengeance is there, the Epic Officer sourcing day one is there, Premium Mirror Dust is there, Primes are there. Like it's got good stuff there. Now it's just how do you get to that reward, and is that fun? Is it going to be time consuming? Are you going to want to play in the feature? That's the big question. Or can you play in the feature?
I think, and maybe that's due to the past experience, it's a Tiger arc. And if I'm looking at Tiger arcs like Deep Space Nine, Voyager,
Yeah, they've been good long term.